It's after midnight. I have a huge stack of mail to get through. I have a lot of questions to answer. It's been kind of a busy day. Let's answer some questions. I'm not going to be evolving any Pokemon today because I really haven't caught anything new and spectacular, anything really worth evolving. So, did Pokemon percent chance from eggs change with new distribution? Do I have a better chance to get the ever-elusive Porygon? You would think so, but the answer is actually probably not. Before the egg changes, there were a lot more Pokemon in 5k eggs, meaning when you have a 5k egg, your chance of that egg being Porygon was, let's just say it was 1% for the sake of this explanation. Now, with the changes, you're probably noticing you're getting a lot more 2km eggs now that more Pokemon are appearing in 2k eggs. At first glance, it seems like Niantic probably upped 2k egg drop rates since there are now more Pokemon hatching from 2ks, but it's more likely that when you pick up an egg, when you spin a Pokestop, it determines if it's going to give you an egg or not. Once it decides it's going to give you an egg, it decides what Pokemon that egg is going to be. Once it knows which Pokemon it is, it knows which type of egg to give you. So let's say you always had a 1% chance of getting a Porygon specifically, a Porygon egg from a Pokestop. So every time you spin a Pokestop, there's a 1% chance that it's a Porygon egg. I guess it's a case of what came first, the Pokemon or the egg, and what we're saying here is that the Pokemon is actually coming first. The game decides you're going to get an Execute egg, and then gives you a 2k egg now, whereas previously it would have given you a 5k egg. So if that's the case, if the odds of getting any one specific Pokemon haven't changed at all, then these egg changes don't actually free up room at 5k for Gen 2, like I said the other day. When Gen 2 Pokemon get added to eggs, they'll likely all have their own individual odds, and you'll get the corresponding egg anytime a Pokestop decides to give you that specific Pokemon's egg. So if that's the case, these egg changes, these changes moving Pokemon down to 2km eggs, serve to do nothing but increase egg turnover. That means you're going to be hatching eggs more often, you're going to be cycling through eggs more often, it's going to seem like you're getting more things, it's going to seem like things are different, but the only real functional change of that is increased incubator use, which means you're going to be buying more incubators because you're going to be hatching eggs more often. Again, that's not definitely the case, but there is certainly evidence pointing towards the specific Pokemon being determined as soon as you spin the Pokestop, and then you get the corresponding egg afterwards. Speaking of eggs, I hatched an Onix from a 10km egg. Really, that happened, and obviously after the event started. What does that mean? It just means you picked up the egg before the event, before the changes were made. Anytime Niantic announces or doesn't announce, and I or the Sylph Road or someone else in the community announces that something's changed in the game, it's generally going to apply to things that happen after that announcement is made, after the change is made. If you picked up a 10k egg before, like I just said, it was probably already Onix to begin with. So you picked up an Onix egg, the game gave you a 10k at that time because that's what it was hatching from. So that egg was an Onix from the beginning. It was always going to hatch into an Onix. Does your altitude affect Pokemon you see? I work on the 4th floor and see almost none of the Pokemon I see on the 1st floor. Thoughts? Pokemon spawns are set by GPS coordinates. They're based on your GPS coordinates. Your GPS coordinates don't change whether you're 100 feet above sea level or at sea level. I mean, if you really wanted to see proof that your altitude isn't going to make a difference, find a friend, have them sit on the 1st floor, you sit directly above them on the 4th floor, and you'll see the exact same Pokemon, provided either one of you isn't drifting to other locations. Related to that, are spawns indicative of trainer level? Do higher level players generally receive better and or more rare spawns? No. Everyone sees the same spawns. Regardless of your trainer level, everyone is going to see the same Pokemon spawning in the same locations at the same time. How did you get 11 Oddish candies in a double candy event, please? I'm assuming this is probably when my Oddish hatched from an egg the other day. During the double candy event for egg hatches, I forget the exact numbers, but normally when you hatch an egg, you can get somewhere between 5 and 30 candies for that Pokemon. During a double candy event for egg hatches, the range is doubled, so you can now get 10 to 60. You're probably thinking that it works by you hatch the egg and then the game doubles the amount of candy that you would have gotten. But that's not the case. It actually just doubles the range, and then you can get somewhere between 10 and 60 rather than somewhere between 5 and 30. Is this for Q&A? Yeah. Do type differences do anything at all in Pokemon Duel? No. Type advantage means absolutely nothing in Pokemon Duel. And almost nothing in Pokemon Go. How long did you practice flying a quadcopter before you were comfortable enough to fly your drones? 0 hours, 0 minutes, 0 seconds. Episode 100, when I first bought the Phantom, was my second time ever flying a drone. And the first time was for about 2 minutes. I didn't even take off, I didn't even land, I just took the controller from a friend, flew in a circle for a little bit, and that was it. So that episode 100, that's basically my first time ever recording, ever shooting with a drone. Favorite non-Pokemon video game growing up? Let's see. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out is a lot of fun. Big fan of the Animal Crossing series, the handheld ones at least. I spent a lot of time on the DS and 3DS versions. Final Fantasy Tactics is definitely a good one. I think besides Pokemon, Final Fantasy Tactics Advance is probably one of the games that I put the most time and effort into in building a team that I really enjoyed using. I think I like that. It kind of shares that team building aspect with Pokemon. How to defeat Chansey? Can you suggest a few Pokemon? Nick bro, please. It's literally just your strongest Pokemon. To beat Chansey, you want to just use your strongest Pokemon. So head to Triple Dex, check out which Pokemon are going to deal the most damage to Chansey, and that's what you want to use. Because it has so much HP, you pretty much just have to attack all the way through and really only dodge its charge attacks because Chansey isn't that strong. If it has Hyper Beam, you probably want to dodge that. But because of time constraints, just use your strongest Pokemon and attack as fast as possible, as much as possible. Yeah. Alright, that's it for questions. Let's open some mail. And I want to do this quick because it's getting close to 1 a.m. Joshua, thank you for the shirt. There you go, Blackshot and Birtles Co. I don't know if I was supposed to share that, but there's a 20% off code if you want to get some shirts from him. This has been examined by U.S. Customs. Keep up the awesome content. Thank you, Oliver. Almost the entire first generation of Pokemon. Wow. Look at that Charizard. Classics right here. Thank you, Oliver. Cassie.
Yeah, what's up?
This one's for you. I'll open it for you. She's playing Fire Emblem. Oh, dang. Look at that. Nice. From Gina's Tie-Dye. Hello, Bruce. Thanks, Bruce. Snorlax, hat. It's big on me. Is this gonna fit you? Pikachu. Snapback. Smells like factory. Thanks, Bruce. I don't want my head to smell like that, though. This is gonna air out for a little bit. I got a tie-dye, too. Nice. Gina's tie-dye. Thank you, Gina. Guangya Yuan. You know where that is?
You're most likely pronouncing it wrong.
Oh, probably. Oh, it's Shenzhen.
Oh.
It says Shenzhen. It's a
Are you serious?
I can't even put this in the video. Who sent this?
That's so
Thanks, I
Oh
guess.
my God.
Got some cards, Snorlax and Sandshrew from Chase, and some questions. Is there any evidence that your buddy Pokemon spawns more frequently? No, like I said earlier, everyone's going to see the same spawns, so you setting a Pokemon as your buddy probably isn't going to influence anything related to spawns. I mean, I guess it's always possible that that could somehow influence global spawns, but it's really unlikely considering how many people there are in a specific area, how many different buddy Pokemon there are there. It's not likely. Also, since they recently released a new Pokemon dueling game, do you think it's anywhere in sight for Pokemon Go? I really don't. I don't see them making any huge changes to the battle system. I think they wanted to keep it really simple. I think it's too simple, but I don't see anything turn-based coming to Pokemon Go ever. So this is, well, here's regional availability, releases, groups, Pokemon Go, countries and territories where it was released, along with the date. This is like a full-on report that someone sent me here. Here's a list of countries where Pokemon Go is available. Let me summarize. 2 reasons why Gen 2 isn't being released. 1, South Korea, a major market, just got it. I believe that allowing everyone the opportunity to capture all of Gen 1 before anyone else gets Gen 2 would only be fair. Let me just tell you why that doesn't matter. We're not competing globally for anything. This game has completely different metagames depending on where you're playing. So really, it doesn't matter if I have completed my Gen 1 Pokedex, but everyone in Korea hasn't yet, because it's not like that gives me any advantage in this game. Everyone in Korea is going to be on the same page, and they're only competing with each other for the gyms in that area. It doesn't make a difference for what they're experiencing there, for their metagame, in their version of Pokemon Go in South Korea. So I really don't think that that claim holds water. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter in the end if some people have completed their Pokedex and others haven't. And I answered this question on Twitter. I asked this on Twitter. What's more important, keeping everyone interested in the game or keeping the newest players to your game happy and feeling like something is treating them fairly? South Korea is a major market, but the rest of the world is a much bigger market, and a lot of them are getting pretty bored with the game. So waiting to give everyone else time to capture all of the Gen 1 Pokemon when people who've been playing for 6 months still haven't even completed their Pokedex, I don't think that's the reason. And here's the other one. I don't believe that Niantic and the Pokemon Company want to release Gen 2 during the Northern Hemisphere winter months. Well, I talked about this on Twitter the other day too. In Korea, in South Korea, where the game just launched, where the hype is brand new and fresh, there are tons of people out. There was a photo on Reddit of a park filled with people at 1 a.m. where it was -6 degrees Celsius. So the argument that the cold is going to keep people from playing, it's just not true. If there were new Pokemon, a lot of people would definitely come back to play. Sure, probably more people would come back to play during summer because it is warmer. But again, how long are people going to wait? How many people are going to lose interest and never come back to the game if they wait that long? If the cold is what's stopping some people from playing, well, other people are still going to play. So release it. Let the people who are going to play in the cold play. Let the people who want to wait until warmer months wait until warmer months. Jonathan, sorry, I don't mean to tear apart your report here. Those are 2 of the most common reasons that people give when trying to defend Niantic and say why they think Gen 2 isn't out yet. And I just wanted to give my perspective on them because I really don't think those reasons are good reasons. Thanks for taking the time to do all this research and type this up. This is actually pretty impressive. Sweet. Check that one out. This is from, I'm probably pronouncing this wrong, Hank Yan? Check this out. Who remembers these? The Pokemon Burger King promo with the gold plates in the Pokeballs. Richard, this is awesome. Oh, yes. In the box and everything. Should I open this? I feel like I shouldn't open it. There's a gold Charizard plate. Thank you, Richard. Hey, Nick. A little present from the Netherlands for you. From Anton. Dude,
oh my God.
Anton.
Finished yours.
I literally just finished the last pack that someone sent me. Look at this. And mini ones? Oh my god. Oh my god, it's not even done. I didn't even realize. These are all...
Is that the big one?
Is this a giant one? Dutch cookie, man. Reversal, look at what you've done to me. It's after 1 a.m. I should not be eating these right now, but... Thank you, Anton. Oh my god. It's heavy and it's from the Netherlands. Alright. Irene and Martin. And an Eevee. Irene and Martin and Anton and Reversal. This is... Oh my god. Okay. Thank you guys so much. Thank you to everyone who sent a package. Another one. I really appreciate it. We both do. We all do. Stroopwafel review coming soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. I'll see you tomorrow.